Okay, so what I'm going to attempt to do here is show you how to create a custom ringtone for your iPhone. As you can see, we're inside of iTunes. I'm using a Windows desktop computer for this. Um, what I've got is I dragged into a music library several songs. These happen to all be 30 seconds. Um, I got them out of a package from Digital Juice. They're just random audio packs, but anyway, each of these represents a different song, a 30-second song, and these are all MP3s right now. Um, First thing I wanted to do is go under your preferences. It's Edit Preferences on a Mac. It's going to be iTunes Preferences. Go down here where you see Import Settings and select this. What we want to do is lower the quality just simply because ringtone doesn't have to be super high quality. I use the AAC encoder, which is necessary, and spoken podcast, and that's typically just fine. And so we'll go ahead and OK these things here, and back into iTunes. First thing we need to do is I'll show you how to modify the time frame. So say these were longer than 30 seconds. Most ringtones need to be around 30 seconds to 40 seconds. If you could select here by clicking or control click and get info, you're going to bring up this little properties box, and under each of these tabs you've got more options on things you can do. This option is what we want right here, a start time and a stop time. As you're playing a track, you can look at the counter that shows up in your display, and if there's a certain section like a chorus of a song that you want, mark the in time and mark the out time and make sure that time frame is around 30 seconds. In this case, since all my files are 30 seconds already, I'm just going to keep as is, so I'm just going to cancel out of here. But that's where you would make that adjustment. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to convert all these things into an AAC. So I'm just going to scroll down. I've got looks like 40 songs. Shift click, right click, and select this option here. Oh wait, you can't see that. Let me try it up here. Okay, right click, and you've got an option to create AAC version. So we're going to go ahead and select that. And this thing's going to crunch away for hopefully not too long here. I realize I probably should have used less files, but it only takes just a couple seconds for each. After that's done crunching away, we'll get right back to it. Okay, as we can see here, the last couple of conversions are being made. And so now what we have is in the blue bars, those are the MP3s, are originals. Since they're already highlighted, I'm just going to hit delete. I have an option to remove from my library. Yes. Let's go ahead and remove those. Alright, so all those MP3s are gone. Next thing I want to do is just right click on any one of these and just say show in Windows Explorer. And this will bring up a window. Alright, it's coming up here. Alright, what we can see here is it's just in a directory, your iTunes media directory, whatever that might end up being. And you've got all these .m4a files. Alright, now that we've got this, we know what directory it's in. I'm going to switch back over to iTunes temporarily. I'm going to select all of these. Once again, I'm actually going to hit delete. It'll ask me to remove, and then do you want to keep the files or move to recycle bin? In this case, we're going to keep the files. And now we have an empty music directory. I'm going to switch back over to the window where we had all of our files originally, and this is somewhat of a tedious part if you have a lot of files. We need to rename this, and the rename extension is just go to the end, drop the A, and put an R in its place. Yes, we would like to change the extension, and continue this for each. And to save you a little bit of a headache, we'll come back after these are done. Okay, we're back. As you can see, all of these file extensions have now been changed to M4R instead of M4A, and it has brought the icons into these iTunes icons because that's my default application for ringtones apparently. So at this point, I'm just going to select all the files that are in my folder and simply drag them into my ringtones directory. A little plus sign there tells me to copy in, and lo and behold, in ringtones, here's all my new ringtones. And it registers them as ringtones, so now if I go back to my my folder, I can see it's moved them now into a ringtones directory. Now that I've got these ringtones in my iTunes library, again, I can just select all of them. And as you can see on the left, I've got my iPhone is already connected. Just simply drag out of the library into the iPhone. It takes just a moment to update, and I will have all of these ringtones on my iPhone. So iPhone is sync in progress. It's updating the files, and stand by, we'll be right back. Alright, so now the sync is complete. I can come into my iPhone under ringtones and take a look. I have all of my new ringtones are in the iPhone. And I guess I don't have a way of showing this on screen, but take my word for it, these ringtones are now built into iPhone. So if I go under the sound settings or alarm clock or anything like that, these will show up now as custom ringtones. Hopefully this was helpful to you. Hopefully also very painless and simple. It would seem that this process would work for just about any kind of music MP3 that you have in your iTunes library. Again, just simply convert them to an AAC file and then change the file naming extension to an MVR and drag those back into your iTunes library, and you've got yourself some ringtones. I hope you enjoyed that. This is Obed, and I will hope to do more tutorials such as this in the future. Thanks, and come back.